this presentation, I will be covering the IDEA definition of learning disabilities and a quick summary of reading disabilities in specific, with a primary focus on a resource for individuals with reading disabilities called Snap&Read. My hope is that through viewing this presentation, you, the viewer, will have a better grasp on one of the many resources made available to those with reading disabilities and the benefits of using such resources with not only students with disabilities, but those without disabilities as well. I chose this topic in particular to broaden my own personal understanding of reading disabilities, as I believe reading plays an important role in any student's education. The Individual with Disabilities Education Act defines a specific learning disability as a disorder in one or more of the basic psychological processes involved in understanding or in using language, spoken or written, that may manifest itself in the imperfect ability to listen, think, speak, read, write, spell, or do mathematical equations. I now ask you to participate in the following video that is designed to represent the many difficulties students with varying disabilities will encounter on a daily basis.
Ever wonder what it's like to have a learning disability? Try this exercise. Pause the video, then get a sheet of paper and a pen and prepare to write. Which hand do you write with? Use the other one to copy this sentence. The moon shone brightly through the window and cast light on all of the various objects the old woman had collected throughout her life. Stop. Time's up. Turn your paper over so you can't read it. Do you remember the sentence you copied? How did you feel while you were writing? How does your hand feel? Now on the back, take a minute to write a descriptive sentence. Using at least 2 adjectives, describe the view out your bedroom window. Stop. Time's up. What do you think of your sentence? What problems appear in your writing? What grade would you give yourself based on your work? This is the kind of struggle 3 million U.S. children face in school every day.
When you have a learning disability, doing the same schoolwork as the other kids can be much harder. Kids with learning disabilities need our understanding and our support. Will you lend a hand?
A reading disability, also called dyslexia, is defined as a struggle in phonological processing, often in combination with fluency and comprehension problems, despite normal intelligence. The image on the slide is an example of one of the many depictions that have been made to illustrate the struggles a person who experiences a reading disability may encounter when reading something as simple as the alphabet. Snap&Read is an online resource described by Don Johnson of Human Learning Tools as a next-generation tool for Google Chrome, iPad, and more that can cover the most diverse reading needs. Snap&Read allows teachers to assess their students and assign them reading tasks that are catered to their individual needs. The program is designed to assist its user in many areas, including recall, organization, translation, and overall better comprehension. The program works with many media platforms, including websites, Google Drive, PDF, Bookshare, and Amazon Kindle Cloud Reader. Overall, Snap&Read is a quality resource that helps students comprehend their text through a combination of dynamic text leveling, text-to-speech, and translation, which I will go further into in the following slides. Other options included in Snap&Read are the options for Read Aloud and Translate. Read Aloud allows the user to listen to a text as is read aloud in varying platforms as well as in varying languages. Snap&Read can translate text in as many as 100 plus languages. The creators of Snap&Read put an emphasis on the program's ability to translate, which benefits and enhances the learning of many English learners. If the program's text leveling feature is not enough support for the reader, students can have the option to change the text's primary language, along with the voice of the automated reader, to one that suits that language. Therefore, if the simplified English term is not comprehensible by the student, they can then select a word the second time, and it will then be translated into a common phrase now presented in their primary language of choice. The user not only has the opportunity to translate single words, but entire phrases, passages, and pages. A feature that this program offers that is beneficial to both the teacher and the student is the option to adjust the readability of the text without changing the overall meaning. In order for a student to understand a text, they must have sufficient background knowledge. Without this, students have trouble comprehending a text to their full extent. To assist students who may not have a higher level of background knowledge, Snap&Read changes vocabulary to a more simple understanding of a word or phrase. A benefit of this option is that it gives students the availability to adjust text when necessary for that individual. Many student study tools are also offered through the program, including the options to highlight content, automatically add content provided with an automatic citation to an outline, and drag and drop any information placed into their outline into any word processor. Each of these tools allow for a smoother transition from reading to writing as the student takes in new information, makes sense of it in an outline, and puts it into writing. A few additional features are the option for the user to remove distracting content and adjust fonts, spacing, and number of characters per line. The option to color overlay and line guide individual paragraphs, helping the reader to concentrate on one task at a time, and the availability of picture-supported dictionary definitions. These definitions include clear definitions and an icon representation of the word to enhance meaning. Lastly, there are instructional benefits offered, including Readability Analyzer, which gives the user the ability to see grade level equivalent of any text assigned. This ultimately allows the teacher to find and assign readings that suit the individual needs of their students. Data collection is also made available that allows the teacher to see how much students are reading, as well as the readability levels of what their students are reading. If you would like to gain a better understanding of reading disabilities or learning disabilities as a whole, I would greatly encourage you to visit understood.org with a link provided on this slide. Scroll to the section titled Simulations, select Reading Issues, and complete the simulation along with the other varying simulations offered. Thank you for taking the time to view my presentation, and I hope that you now have a better understanding of reading disabilities and the resources available such as Snap and Read.